Yo guys, it's Brittany Taylor coming to you live, and I have something very important that I want to talk with you about today. How to allow more lightness into your life, okay? And when I say lightness, I mean like dye your hair blonde to allow more lightness. No, I'm just kidding. I'm meaning like energetic lightness, okay? So that feeling where you're just kind of la-di-da, dancing around, joyful, light, and free. Like my program right now, you guys, light, joyful, and free, and there's only 4 days left to sign up at the early bird pricing, so you're gonna wanna get in on that. I'll be posting the link after, but I wanna just give you a little training here on 3 tips that you can use to allow more lightness into your life right now, okay? And these are tips that I use. I've even made notes, you guys. Usually I don't make notes when I do a video because I like it to just be spontaneous, but this I've been really thinking about hard because I'm wanting to really, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I want to really ingrain this into your brain. So say hi to me when you pop on, you guys. I'm just at a cool bar in downtown Vancouver. I took myself out on a little date today, you guys. So say hi to me when you pop on. I'm eating some calamaris, I'm having a drink, and I'm doing a video, and I'm gonna teach you, hey Richard, I am gonna teach you 3 tips that you can use right now to allow more lightness into your life. Okay, hi Kat, what's up girl? So, okay, the first tip, you guys, to allow more lightness into your life is every day, and actually in every moment, it's a brand new moment. It's a brand new day. So in every moment, you are going to be a brand new person, okay? And it doesn't matter what you did yesterday. It doesn't matter what you did 5 minutes ago. You can let go of all that and choose to be the person that you want to be in this moment, okay? And the thing that messes with people so much is that we think so much about our past mistakes, and we beat ourselves up so much over stupid stuff that we've done, right? And if we are going to experience more lightness in our life and more joy and freedom, we have to let that shit go, and we have to leave it in the past. And I'm talking even stuff from 5 minutes ago. You can literally leave. Hey Jackie, you can literally leave that in the past, okay? And I don't care what stupid stuff you've done. I don't care, you know. Also though, if you're gonna do this, if in every moment you are going to be a new person, you also have to let other people be a new person as well. So it doesn't matter what someone else has done to you. Hey Daryl, it doesn't matter what someone else has done to you at any point in time. If you are doing this, you are going to leave everything in the past, okay? And you know, people like to hold on to things for so long. We like to keep such a tight grip on all of our old hurts, and it's like we think that by doing this it will prevent us from being hurt in the present, when really what it actually does via the law of attraction, it actually brings those hurts into the now so that we manifest those same situations over and over and over again. So like, I know for me personally, things that I like to bring into the past is like my self-hatred and stuff like that, right? So it's like I keep beating myself up over the same things, but really that's just attracting more and more things for me to beat myself up about, right? When if I could just leave those in the past, it would no longer be a thing, right? And people don't understand how fucking easy this is. Haley says truth. Yeah, it is true. So you want to literally leave everything in the past, okay? Like everything. And Kat says, I've manifested a lot of heartbreak. Okay, me too. Actually, before I knew this, my entire life was like a series of heartbreaks. And that was a really hard one to let go. But I want you to know that it is hard, but it's not impossible. And I actually feel like I've let that one go, you guys, and I'll teach you how. Hey Winnie, I see Winnie's on here. I'll really teach you how in my new program, Light, Joyful, and Free, and I'll be posting the link to the program after. If you've been wanting to work with me one-on-one, this is your chance. You actually get the entire program, which is 6 modules that include healing transmissions with me, and then you also get a one-on-one session with me and Voxer support. So this is pretty next level, you guys. Hey, Scott. So with the heartbreak stuff, you gotta leave that in the past, or you're gonna keep recreating it over and over again. And even for me, like, I understood from a logical perspective the law of attraction, right? Like, I understood that I was manifesting my reality. Hey, Erica, what's up, girl? But it didn't stop me from recreating the same heartbreak situations over and over and over again, right? And maybe you can relate. Like maybe you understand from a logical perspective that you're creating your own reality, but you keep fucking it up, like, subconsciously, it feels like, right? And how to fix that is that you got to look a little bit deeper, and you have to look at what you're actually feeling. And I feel like us as a society, we have so shut off our ability to actually feel what we're feeling that this is how we end up manifesting these situations without realizing it. So, hey, Robert. Yeah. Cheers. What's up? Oh my God. So I was eating these calamari, you guys, but they're kind of spicy, and it's like making my nose run. I don't handle spicy foods well. Oh yeah, and then there's this popcorn here too, and it's like really spicy. I do not handle spice well. Okay, I'm gonna go on with my list though. If you want to talk more about heartbreak, join my program, Light, Joyful, and Free. Hi. Because we're gonna have a whole module on healing and forgiving relationships, which will help you stop recreating the same negative shit over and over and over again. But I want to move on to the next point, and actually this will help with heartbreak as well. Because sometimes the reason why heartbreak hurts so much is because we feel we've made a wrong decision in our love life. And that feeling that we've made a wrong decision at some point haunts us. Okay, right? Because we chose this person who actually ended up breaking our heart, and we thought that this was going to be it. This was going to be the great love of our life. And then it wasn't. I know for me, it was that caused a lot of pain. More than the actual heartbreak itself, it was the feeling of like, oh my God, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I picked the wrong person. Like, can I trust myself in any area of my life, right? Like, because when we have one area of our life where, like for me, it was the heartbreak stuff, where we're so obviously fucked. Like, we obviously can't make the right decision. Like, how can we trust ourselves in any other area? So with this perspective that I'm going to give you now, this is going to help you alleviate some of the stress and pain from that, you guys. If you guys can relate, let me know if you guys can relate to that. Like, the most painful part of heartbreak for me was just me being wrong, right? So, okay, number 2. See, I'm looking at my notes. So number 2, tip for more lightness in your life, okay? You are always doing your best, okay? So this I actually learned from a confidence book, and it was by like Dr. Robert Anthony or Richard Anthony or something. I don't know, but he was a doctor or something. And so this perspective of you are always doing your best, like, saved my life, because I used to beat myself up with so much guilt and shame, you guys. Like, it was like almost immobilizing. It was like I couldn't even move forward with my life because I felt like I was such a fucking idiot, like, for certain things that I'd done, right? Yeah, Winnie says yes, and the thought that if I didn't do this or that, then it wouldn't have happened. Oh my God, and then you go back and forth to all those memories, and you're just like, oh my God, I should have said this, I should have done that. That's a form of torture. Oh my God, Erica's going through heartbreak right now. Sending love, girl. And you know what? Heartbreak can be the best thing that ever happened to you. Like, honestly, when I got my heart badly broken for the first time, it was when I healed myself and then I started this business. And honestly, I don't think I would have fucking started it unless that happened. So I'm like so grateful to it. So Erica, or anybody else, if you're going through a heartbreak right now, just know that this might actually be leading you to your next level. And you can't see it right now because you're still kind of engulfed in like the pain of it or whatever's going on, but it might actually be like the turning point for you. And it was for me. And quite often that guy can end up coming back into your life as well. That's happened to me. They always come back, right? So don't think that it's like the end, even if it feels like it. Erica says, yes, I've been writing so many programs. Yes, like creating your own programs. I love it. Fun. So, okay. Back to this perspective that you're always doing your best, okay? So if you know that you are always doing your best, you realize that even when you do fuck something up or do something wrong or make a huge mistake or maybe get your heart broken or whatever, you know that that was the best that you could have done in that moment, right? And if you could have done better, you would have done that, right? So you don't have to feel any guilt or shame around what you've done or the person that you are. Those people left. I wonder if it's because I was talking. I hope not. I feel like I'm talking really quietly, but if those people want to leave and like go over there, that's fine. They don't have to sit by me. But like, I feel kind of like, oh, was it because I was talking? Like, should I have just been like shutting the fuck up on my phone? Of course not. I had to give this live. Yeah. Erica says they always come back. Yeah, they do. It's just a thing. Like, and you can make that your belief too. Like, I've noticed that I just believe that all my exes always come back, and so they do. But then I've actually been with guys or like been dating guys, and I've been like, yeah, all my exes come back, and they're like, oh, that's weird, none of my exes ever come back. And I'm like, oh, well, it's probably just a belief, right? Like, you can have that belief if you desire to, or maybe you're just done with them, maybe you don't want them to come back. But for me, it's like I always want to finish off any unfinished business, right? Like, that's kind of like my thing. Like, I don't like to leave anything unsaid or out in the open, or you know what I mean? Like, so anyways, back to this perspective of you are always doing your best. So when you fully embody this perspective of you are always doing your best, it completely eradicates any guilt or shame, and you can let go of the past. But here's the thing too, when you realize that you are always doing your best, you can also allow the perspective that other people are always doing their best too, even when they're being total idiots, right? Or even when they break your heart, or even when they do those things that you don't want to do, or even when they do those things to you that you don't want them to do, right? They're always doing your best. So when you operate fully from this perspective of you are always doing your best, and so are all the other idiots out there, it just really lightens everything. And you can kind of have this like instant forgiveness thing going on, which is something that I practice, where literally, like, if someone does something assholish to me, like in this instant, if someone did something assholish to me, I would instantly forgive them, because I practice this perspective of, well, I'm always doing my best, and so are they, right? And when you live from this perspective, you feel so light, because you're not holding on to anything. And one of the main reasons why we feel a dark or heavy energy is because there's something bothering us. There's something that's been left unsaid, or there's, you know, like something that just doesn't feel right. Like, they shouldn't have done that, or we shouldn't have done that, or like, you know, that wasn't the right thing to do. Right and wrong are not really a thing. It's all perspective. And when you realize that everyone's doing their best, you can just be free and be light, okay? And even when people do stupid stuff, like, I still have people do stupid stuff where I'm just like, you know, like, why would you do that? But then I realize we're always doing our best, right? Does that make sense, you guys? This perspective of you are always doing your best has like saved my life, because I used to beat myself up so much about the stupid stuff that I've done. But I do think that that's just a part of being a crazy creator and a creative person, is that once in a while the stuff that you do, because you're so impulsive and you're so like energetic and creative, sometimes it's going to be a little bit crazy, right? But you need to be able to forgive yourself instantly if you do make any mistake or anything. So I hope that makes sense, you guys. And finally, the last perspective that I want to talk about, you guys, is envisioning best case scenarios, okay? So thinking light and thinking miracles. So often our minds go to the negative, right? Like, we go to the worst case scenario, right? Like, if we get left or ditched by someone, we go to, well, what's wrong with me? Like, what did I do wrong? Like, you know, and we go to like the worst possible thing that they could be thinking about us, right? But what we could actually do is go to the best case scenario, and we could go to, well, why could this actually be happening that would be good for me, right? Like, how is everything always working out for me? And what I like to do is operate from a perspective of pronoia, which is the opposite of paranoia, which is a belief that everything is operating and happening for my highest good, always, okay? Even the shitty stuff, even the painful stuff, even the assholes, okay? And it takes consistent practice to do this. It's not just like all of a sudden, you know, oh, I'm gonna operate from this perspective of pronoia, now I'm never going to feel a negative thought again, or I'm never going to like go into those thoughts again. It's not like that, but it's just like a consistent, deliberate practice to keep doing it. So when he says it's like at that moment, it was what you think was the best right thing to do, and we shouldn't regret those decisions. Exactly. Because here's the thing, if you would have known this new perspective that you know now then, you would have acted differently, right? But you didn't know. You didn't know. So, like, think of yourself as a 3-year-old child, and how would you talk to yourself if you were a 3-year-old child who just obviously did not know what you now know now? And this could be even stuff from 5 minutes ago. You didn't know, right? You didn't know what you didn't know. So you got to let go of any guilt or shame around that. Yeah, definitely, Winnie. Try it out. It's really fun. You can do it before you go to bed at night. That's when I like to do a lot of my manifesting, is right before bed. I think of like the most amazing, beautiful scenarios, and I go to sleep with those thoughts in my head, and then I swear I manifest them. Like, your life can become one of magic and miracles if you just consistently do this. Okay? So, yeah, you guys, those are my 3 tips. So the first tip, let's just do a recap here. Recap, you guys. So the first tip is every day and every moment be a new person, okay? So let whatever you've done in the past be in the past, and just be in this present moment. Kind of like a kid, right? Like, have you noticed with kids, like, I noticed with kids, like, they could even get into some trouble and get like totally yelled at, which hurts me when I see that happening. But have you ever noticed this? Like, someone could be yelling at their kids, and I'm just like, oh my God. But then, like, literally 2 minutes later, the kid is totally over it and on to the next thing, right? Like, they just totally let it go, right? And then they're on to the next fun, exciting thing. So be more like a kid, okay? Kids have that natural, joyful, light energy. They're not holding on to things. So let everything go. Let everything that anyone else has done go, and just be in the moment. Every moment, be a new person, okay? This will help lighten your energy field dramatically, okay? The second tip is you are always doing your best, okay? And so is everyone else. This will help you let go of any of the heavy guilt and shame that you may be still carrying. And finally, the third tip is having a pronoia perspective, envisioning best case scenarios instead of worst case scenarios. And yeah, if you do these 3 things consistently, you will be living a lot lighter. You'll feel a lot lighter. You'll feel a lot freer and more joyful, and that is what I desire for you. But if you want to take this deeper, I'm going to be posting the link to my program, Light, Joyful, and Free. There's only 3 days left to sign up at the early bird pricing, you guys. You get an entire course with me with one-on-one access, so you get to work with me one-on-one as well. This is for you if you're really wanting to take your energy to a lighter level, to a more joyful level, and to complete freedom, which is what your soul intended for you. So I'll be posting the link to that after, and thank you so much for watching, you guys. Love you, and remember, you came for the joy of living. Bye.